Nagrand Arena.
Once again, it depends, right? We're going to see what spec Sheepgodx is playing, and does he have quick thinking? So he is going to be playing, well, he hasn't loaded in yet, but he's playing Arcane. So does he have quick thinking traits? Even I don't even know if it was nerfed. We're going to find out really shortly here. I don't even ask with chat. We're going to find out very quickly if it was nerfed, and if he has quick thinking, then it's going to be a completely different game, right? Sheepgodx can easily heal himself, and he's flexing that lovely gladiator mount from Legion, one of my favorite gladiator mounts of all time.
That is the best gladiator mount out of Legion. It's so clean, so clean.
Oh, that green ooze.
Isn't there a bug though with that mount that they haven't addressed?
No, they fixed it. They finally fixed it. Blizzard took, it did take Blizzard a little bit of time. I think we posted like 1,000 times on the forum for them to fix this bug. I think 6 months later in 8.1, I think they addressed it. So, it was 6 months of waiting for a bug to get addressed. But
small indie company, brothers.
Yeah, you know how it works around here, bro. You know how it works around here. You know how it goes. So once again, you have to look. So you will, at chat, look for Sheepgodx to be healing as he's spamming spells. If you don't see that, then I heavily favor Venruki. If he does heal, then it's going to be a drawn-out match where Venruki might be in a little bit of trouble. But I don't know how much practice Sheepgodx has had. So Venruki sitting behind the pillar now, getting on his mount. There's the in-cap Venruki popping his orc ratio there. Leg sweep, no touch of death being committed yet. Trying to bait out something there. No trinket being baited out. There's the Storm Earth and Fire, trying to connect there onto Sheepgodx, doing a lot of damage.
Sheepgodx is healing right now when he's casting spells.
I don't know if I see it. I don't know if he gets locked on Arcane. That is so bad for Sheepgodx now. Venruki all over him here. I don't see him healing at all. There's Arcane Power being used by Sheepgodx. There's Karma by Venruki. Sheepgod's in a lot of trouble here.
Venruki wants to pressure out that ice block. Not sure if he could do it. The poly comes in. He's trinketing immediately. He's playing very aggressive. Perfect roll onto it and gets that block.
Venruki playing flawlessly right now, literally getting Sheepgodx kick on Arcane was huge. Using greater invisibility though, trying to get away from Venruki as quick as possible. I don't know if he is actually running those traits.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he
doesn't have the traits. He doesn't have the traits. He's not healing up at all. And that once again, like I said, if he doesn't have those traits, there's no way he recovers here. Zar, you in this situation. If you've seen on a stream,
oh, he does have it. He's
healing it. There you go. There it is. Oh, I wonder why he wasn't spamming that a little bit earlier. Maybe he's baiting it out. I'm not sure. Now he's topping himself, but he forced block already, so that's not a good situation to be Sheepgodx. There's in cap. Still has touch of death available. He's gonna pop it here. Not using touch of death yet, so he's still holding on to that touch of death there.
He just baited out Temp's shield.
There it is. There it is. Activate touch of death now. Here's gonna be a huge amount of damage on Sheepgodx. He needs to kite away and try to avoid as much damage as possible. Ring of Peace being used by
so good.
Knocking it back. Just barely misses his whirling dragon punch there. Ports in his spot. I wonder if that was a mistake there. Venruki kind of stuck now. Sheepgodx getting a lot of pressure. No karma for 16 seconds. Still diffuse magic available though. Venruki trying to kite away, but there's the heals. Doesn't want to get CS there. Venruki now in a little bit of trouble here.
And look at the mage just topped off. No pressure at all right now.
This is definitely a back and forth match. I mean, Venruki's karma is up, diffuse magic is up, but Sheepgodx's damage is waiting and lining up right now. He has arcane power, he has his evo, so he can just keep spamming his arcane explosion to top himself off and just top his mana off right afterwards. Temp shield is up. I mean, this is really just pretty much almost, I would say, even match at this point.
I don't know. Here comes the setup once again. He has touch of death in 5 seconds. Here comes the Storm Earth and Fire. Huge damage by Venruki. There's no block available on Sheepgodx. There's the temporal shield. He might just get bursted through it. He's falling dangerously low here. Venruki all over him. That temp's gonna proc though, and will heal him back up to almost full. But I don't know. Venruki has Karma again, and he has Trinket available. Not really useful in this matchup, but he has a lot of defenses. There's a diffuse magic by Venruki. He's still all over Sheepgodx here, and Sheepgodx has no block for about another 2 minutes. So if Sheepgodx can stall for another 2 minutes, he might be in a better situation. He does have Trinket coming up though in about 30 seconds. Venruki has Karma again though, so I still favor Venruki here.
This is the arcane power from Sheepgodx, so he is trying to line up damage right now on trying to get the karma as soon as possible, but he's gonna have to get close to Venruki at the pillar, and that just puts him in line for Venruki to just slap him up, give him a little tickle. But Sheepgodx not really doing a lot with his arcane power, so it's gonna be a minute before he can apply a lot of pressure to Venruki and get that karma.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't really need too much pressure. He needs to stall till block. There's the leg sweep though. He does have Trinket available. He's not trinketing this one though. He's waiting for the touch of death go. He blinks away. Venruki's kind of stuck. There's a Ring of Peace once again to knock Sheepgodx right back into Venruki. He's using that Ring of Peace perfectly, I would think, in this matchup. Sheepgodx is in a lot of trouble to get his block back up. He still has Trinket, but Venruki's stalling to try and bait that Trinket so he can use touch of death. Oh, he tried to try to use his flying serpent kick to try and connect to Sheepgod there, but he just kind of used it and got stuck. I don't know if it's a bug. I think it's been a bug since BFA.
I've never seen that. I don't think I've ever even witnessed that before. That was pretty interesting to see him just use that and not really get any good distance with it. Interesting to see if that was actually a bug or not. I don't think Venruki would make a mistake like that, but this is huge.
It might be a bug. It might be a bug. Still all over Sheepgod here, though. Still all over Sheepgod. Sheepgod does have his trinket block in 25 seconds. If he can stall, there's a diffuse magic by Venruki getting rooted now, using Tiger's Lust to connect again. But Arky has so many blinks, right? It has so many blinks every time Venruki connects. But here's the big setup by Venruki here, not using his touch of death again. So he's really being smart about this, holding his touch of death, trying to bait out that trinket. He does have block coming up, though, in 6 seconds. I don't know if he should have used it there. There is the Orc Racial being used once again all over Sheepgod here, but now Sheepgod has trinket and block, so Venruki has to reset, but he still has karma if things go bad in this situation.
He definitely has the pressure with the Zwin, honestly, just tearing Sheepgod down. There is a touch of death, though.
Huge
Sheepgod
damage
has
now.
to use something here. Venruki still has a lot of damage. The ice block is forced. Now Stone, Earth, and Fire might be used here. He is locked. And Karma
he has
out.
no charges for a couple more seconds, but this is so good for Venruki, right? He has Karma here. Sheepgod has no block, still has trinket, but he's so low. This is what I don't understand, though. I don't know Mage as well as Sheepgod does, obviously, but he's not really healing off that trait as much as I'd like to see him do. Maybe he only has one of the traits. Maybe he doesn't have all three. Maybe he wants to conserve his mana, but he's at full mana. Another Ring of Peace to knock Sheepgod right back into him. He's using that so well. That is so impressive. He's landed that at least 3 times in this matchup, but no Karma available, no Diffuse Magic, no wall, no nothing for Venruki. He is kind of low here. He needs to try to get away from Sheepgod. He has about 50 seconds to stall out this game till he has Karma, but because no dampening, it's racking up now at 6%. Because dampening is still low, he can heal himself with those Vivifies and try and top himself before Karma comes back up, but he's still falling very low. He's still getting kited. There's the port away. Good play by Venruki.
Every time I feel like Sheepgodx is in trouble, he always manages to top himself off. I don't know if he's playing this perfectly or if Venruki is making tiny, like, minuscule mistakes, but it seems like every time I always see Sheepgod, like, extremely low, no block, nothing, he's always able to put Venruki in a very dangerous spot, making him play defensive. So Sheepgod is playing this very well, considering all the cooldowns he has used and gone through from Venruki.
Yeah, Venruki is trying to connect to Sheepgod here. Sheepgod doing a great job of maintaining his distance. He does have 4 blinks available, and he's not playing the blink talent. I forget what it's called. Chat could probably let me know, but he can blink out of stunts. He's not opting to play that. He's making sure he can keep his distance versus Venruki. Venruki using his wall here all over Sheepgod again. Sheepgod has no trinket, does have arcane power available. Right now, he is doing some damage, but Venruki has Karma once again. This is not looking good for Sheepgod. Gets knocked again from the Ring of Peace. There's Zwin, the White Tiger, all over Sheepgod. Sheepgod has nothing available. He needs to try and get away. There's the invis, but it's not going to be enough.
Kill potential.
Trying to get away. Sheepgod's so low here, trying to heal himself. There's the end cap by Venruki, walking his way or crawling towards Sheepgod, slowing him. Touches that being used. This is so bad for Sheepgod. If that temp procs, it might heal him enough, but it might not be enough. He's so low. Proc there, so much damage.
Oh, it does but doesn't get him, barely living.
Surviving here, trying to get away. Venruki all over him. Venruki still has Karma. There it is. He's active. He's going for the all-in on Sheepgod.
I like this play. He's playing very aggressive. He still has his burst available. If he sets it up correctly, he can still win. If they go and heal, they're just going to reset the fight, and we'll have to wait for further dampening. It does look like they both want to play safe since this is the first game. And
yeah, this is very smart to play safe here, right? There's $2,500 on the line, right? You could just duel someone in a 1v1, like just go all in, just face smash each other, but it's $2,500 on the line. So close for Venruki there, right? He almost played that perfect. He almost got him down there. I thought for sure Sheepgod was dead, but he did a great job of managing his distance and avoiding all that damage. Temporal Shield being activated once again. Sheepgod will heal all this damage back up. If for some reason we had Venruki on a Blood Elf, he could purge that off maybe, but Orc's obviously the better racial in this tournament. Oliver Sheepgod once again has no defensive cooldowns available other than his Fortifying Brew. Now he used Diffuse Magic. He does have Trinket, but that's not very useful in this matchup unless he gets Sheep for some reason. But Sheepgod falling so low, huge damage by Venruki all over him once again. There's the blink. Every time he falls low, he's able to manage that distance, but he's now, right? He can't even heal himself. There's no more arcane explosions coming out. He's so low. He needs to try to get to a pillar and kite away. But Venruki, flying super kick, blinks away again. He's at like 10% health. He needs to do something here. He's gonna go down.
Close here.
And down goes Sheepgodx, ladies and gentlemen.
That entire match, I swear, Sheepgodx was dead. But every single time he was able to come back with perfect, absolutely impeccable temporal plays. Now, there was one moment in the match that I noticed that was his downfall, I do believe, because he canceled his evocation. He didn't use it the entire match. He probably got one tick of his mana off. He put him very low on mana. I don't know if that was a panic move or if he was just trying to heal himself up in time before he knew that he was going to get connected to Venruki. But it seemed like that was where things started to fall apart, was when he canceled that evocation. Very well executed by Venruki, though.
Yeah, really well
Absolutely
executed.
flawless.
We can expect Venruki to do a much better job, I think, when playing against Sheepgod, but we can also expect Sheepgod to kind of get the pattern of Venruki, right? A lot of these players have been playing for a long time. When you are playing for a long time and you fight a team multiple times, or even a player multiple times, you can kind of pick up on their pattern, what they're planning to do. I kind of understood a pattern right away that Venruki was really holding his touch of death a lot, right? He wasn't using it right off the bat. He was stalling out his CDs. And I think that makes a huge difference when doing a 1v1, is trying to bait out trinkets, trying to bait out temporal shield, trying to bait out the block. And he did a great job. So we'll see how Sheepgod reacts to Venruki's playstyle and vice versa.
But we are back at it, ladies and gentlemen, in the Tolvaron Arena, round 2 of Venruki versus Sheepgodx. 2 legends of the arena. Absolutely beautiful T-Mogs on both sides and wonderful mounts, I might add. Well, I'm going to have to give the T-Mog advantage to Venruki, though. Simple but elegant.
I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
look at that nice samurai's blade as well with the rice hat. It just
That's what
reminds
I'm
me
saying.
of...
He looks like an NPC,
yeah.
brother. I love Venruki. He looks like an
NPC. The disrespect from Six
I'm not
is
joking,
real, gentlemen.
Throw me under the bus. Throw me under the bus.
Sheepgodx is rocking a 2K set, so you can't deny him of that.
Yeah,
And
that's the full set as well, brother.
I mean, full set? What do you mean? He's got some weird scuff mog as well. There's the ink cap by Venruki, leg sweep this time. No touch of death once again being committed. But there's a temporal shield, and he does trigger it this time. So Sheepgod is playing a little bit different, if you guys can tell from the last. Once again, that ring of peace is insane. He uses that so well to knock him right back into him, not allowing him to blink that direction. Doing a great job of this Win the White Tiger all over Sheepgod this time. No temporal shield available, no trinket available, still has that block, but Sheepgod has yet to use his arcane power for his own setup. But Venruki has used literally no defensive CDs as well.
This is definitely a toss-up between if Sheepgodx is going to have to do something to stop Venruki's onslaught right now. Still no touch of death, no karma, but there was a diffused magic, so...
There is a touch of death.
There's the touch. Big damage now by Venruki all over Sheepgod. There's the incap. Is going to apply so much damage. Forces the block. So Venruki this time, I would say. Venruki this time is playing much better. Venruki's playing much better into Sheepgod. He's picked up on his style, and that's what I told you guys, right? It's who adapts to whose playstyle better, and it looks like Venruki's adapting a little bit better than Sheepgod.
But Sheepgod wanting to get the reset here with his greater invisibility, but immediately coming back, popping his arcane power, getting a good fatty shield here with the temporal, but Venruki immediately popping karma during the arcane power, so stopping the go immediately on Sheepgod at damage.
Venruki is just playing aggressive much as possible. He does have that one win, so he's pretty safe right now. So he's just going all out, I feel like. Using his defensive right to put the pressure.
But listen, I want to give Sheepgod credit, though, right? I want to give Sheepgod credit. He's actually avoiding a lot of the interrupts by Venruki, so we can't ignore that, right? He's avoiding a lot of interrupts. The first game, he did get locked out early. This time, he's doing a much better job of avoiding interrupts and is kiting away. It's just that he forced block and trinkets so early, so now Sheepgod's really on the defensive for the next few minutes, and that's one of the disadvantages of playing Arcane. However, you have a lot of
Venruki getting a little confused on where Sheepgodx went there, I think, for a little bit. He seemed a little disoriented. I think Sheepgodx outplayed him a little bit right there, but Venruki using the pillar, getting line of sight, trying to top himself off, knowing that Sheepgod actually has all his healing in his kit available right now. He has a temporal shield, he has his greater invisibility if he's trying to get away. He's absolutely playing this perfectly, trying to not necessarily get locked down with his ice block on cooldown, maybe waiting for the arcane power. This is very interesting, trying to flex each other's T-Mogs again on their mounts. I don't know, this seems very disrespectful.
The thing is, Sheepgod picked this map, right? So obviously he likes the larger maps. People in the chat are asking, why do we pick this map? We don't decide the maps, right? Sheepgod decides this map because he lost the first round. So he's choosing the larger map. There's the in cap once again by Venruki. Storm Than Fire being used by Venruki. Huge damage, still holding on that touch of death. Sheepgod does have trinkets still available, but I don't know, man. This match is not looking the best for once again, the Ring of Peace. I can't get over that. Maybe I'm being insane here, but every time that Sheepgodx gets a little bit of distance, he knocks him right back into him. There's a temporal shield being used. He's going to heal back a little bit of that damage.
And here's a touch of death
being committed. So big damage now by Venruki all over Sheepgodx.
This is literally just Sheepgodx trying to survive this go, and it seemed like he did perfectly. Not taking a lot of damage from that touch of death, though. Even during that leg sweep, not really getting too low. There is a karma committed by Venruki, maybe trying to just absorb some of that arcane power, maybe looking to finish it as well before the block comes up. There is a minute left, trying to get Sheepgodx as low as possible here.
Sheepgodx in so much trouble, man. He has he has trinket available. He has block. There's the end cap, and now he's getting it broke. Apparently the chi wave broke. I believe the in cap. There's once again the Ring of Peace to get back on him to slow him once again. I mean, Venruki's playing out of his mind in this matchup, right? He's using the Ring of Peace. I think is the big key point. He's falling so low. Temporal should might have pocket time. He needs to do something. Try and cut away. He needs to get that heal off. There it is. Barely survives there.
That was a fatty heal. That was a very big heal for Sheepgodx. Really trying to not get too beat up by Venruki here, but there is the flying dragon kick reconnecting to Sheepgodx. A full Fist of Fury cast on Sheepgodx, getting very low, using a Frost Nova blink maybe a little too late. That Fist of Fury got him insanely low, but healing back up with the Arcane Explosion, and there is the trinket. Batty
trinket though. You have to look at Sheepgod's mana here, right? Sheepgodx still has a lot of mana. Touch of Death is not up for a little bit. If he can make some distance, Sheepgodx will top himself off. He needs to get away from Venruki right now before he falls too low, and he can spam out those Arcane Explosions. But once again, the Ring of Peace, and then he blinks like 2 feet behind him. This is not good for Sheepgodx. He needs to try and get away. Block in 10 seconds though, so I expect Sheepgodx to recover from this, okay? He still has the quick thinking trait. He's healing off these instant casts, and his mana is looking just fine. He's temporal shield now blocked, so he'll be okay in the situation though. If somehow Venruki can force a block here before Touch of Death, he's in a really good spot. And there's the karma to try and force that block, right? He's karmaing now, absorbing all that damage, putting pressure onto Sheepgodx, trying to force a block here, but Sheepgod's not falling for the bait. He knows Venruki has Touch of Death here, trying to cut away. There's a diffuse magic once again, making sure he's taking reduced magical damage. Sheepgodx trying to get away, does not want to block here. If he blocks here, this is so bad for Sheepgodx. He needs to try and top himself off. He still has a lot of mana. He needs to maintain his distance and hold on to that block.
This is very scary for Sheepgodx. Venruki committing immediately with the touch of death and the leg sweep, but there is Ice Bucket immediately canceled though, trying to do something to Venruki. There is no karma. Arcane Sheepgodx
is not good for Venruki.
Venruki goes
down. Transfer. Oh
man,
no.
1-1.
Soups, tell me this is not the pinnacle of competition. The classic one win, last match to decide it. The classic best 2 out of 3. I am so happy that this is the first one of the Invitational. This is what you live for, ladies and gentlemen. This is what you actually tuned in for.
I don't know, man. I don't know who I want to win. Like, I have to be professional, right? I have to be but I don't know. I just.
I think Venruki is going to have this one because of the map choice. He's not going to be able to blink anywhere. This was Venruki's choice. I think it's a perfect fit. If I played a melee versus a caster, I'd pick this map any day too.
I really do want to see. I want to see Venruki really be a little bit more aggressive on this map, right? He has a lot less. You know, Sheepgodx has a lot less space to work with here. So Venruki using this weird tombstone. My camera's like just smushed on his booty cheeks. I don't know how to get away.
I like it though. I like it though, to be honest.
I mean, you guys can't see my camera, but I'm just all up on his buns right now. I'm gonna go to Sheepgodx here instead, trying to get a little bit better of an angle here. Venruki really using that pillar, wants Sheepgodx to push in. Very impressive there by Venruki. Touch of Death being committed way earlier this time, so he is playing way more aggressive. There's the trinket matched up with Touch of Death. Nice play by Sheepgodx. Temporal Shield also being used. Venruki trying to bait out CDs now, and he's playing it way more collected, right? This is what I'm talking about. There's a lot of money on the line, right? Well, a good amount of money on the line. So he's gonna try and use this pillar and play way more safe this time, and that's what we can expect, right? When all odds are on the line, you need to make sure you play a little bit more safe. So he's playing a little more aggressive now. Summoning the Wind the White Tiger, Storm Than Fire being used all over Sheepgodx here. Sheepgodx has no trinkets. Hasn't used arcane power though. Venruki is always keeping his karma for moments like those. Always keeping diffuse magic for moments like those. He has like 3 walls available, right? Fortifying Brew, diffuse magic. There is that Ring of Peace that I love so much. All over Sheepgodx.
So
can he force block now? Can he force if he forces the block here? This is so good for Venruki. Smaller map, trying to connect to him. There's the in cap on the arcane. You'll love to see that.
So good.
Slow. Temporal shield now.
Barely misses that dragon
in the
punch.
distance. And then here's Venruki kiting away, trying to reset. Wasn't able to force block there, but Sheepgodx still has arcane power available.
This is definitely Venruki playing to his fullest potential.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I am so confused.
No.
I can hear the sound now. I'm not sure if you guys can hear the sound effects. Sometimes it plays, sometimes it doesn't. I have no idea. It's the war game. It's not on our end. It's Blizzard ends, ladies and gentlemen.
We're in BFA, brother, right? There's no surprises in BFA. Anything can happen in
Anything
BFA,
can
right?
happen in BFA.
Anything can happen. Sound can go
I
out.
have no idea, dude. I sometimes hear it. Sometimes though. I'm zooming out as you guys are talking right now.
Dude, BFA is a slot machine, brother.
There it is.
Anything can happen. You can get some loot one day. Your sound can get disabled. You know, you can't even
And
log
one
in.
day you can
never
get
know.
invited to the Savix 1v1 Invitational Tournament. Venruki and Sheepgodx looking to capture that $2,500, going up to Savix and being like, yoink, mine now. Trying to bring home the tournament trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a huge match. There's a big reset, though. Touch of Death is up for Venruki, trying to take down Sheepgodx.
The thing is, though, he's going to stall this out, right? He has 43 seconds on
Exactly.
Karma. He has 16 seconds on his port. There's the in cap. He's going to make a go for this one, though. He's going to try to do some damage. There's a full leg sweep. Racial being used. Storm Than Fire. There's a temporal shield being traded out. Venruki trying to buy a little bit of time, though, right? He wants to try and stall this out till Karma's back up. He saw his trinket. Sheepgodx still has blocks. So Sheepgod's playing this really well. Like, I have to say, I didn't really... Sheepgodx had no practice before this match, and he's doing an excellent job of kiting away from Venruki, holding onto that block for a long time. Karma and Arcane Power, if you look on the screen, is being traded out perfectly, right? They're both on the same timer. They're both timing nodes at the same time. So I think Venruki's doing a good job managing his CDs, but he needs to wait for that Karma before he can push in, and he needs to try and force that block, which he can do now with Touch of Death being off cooldown.
For Venruki, so he is looking to maybe be a little bit more aggressive here. He has all of his cooldowns light up except for Transcendence, really trying to maybe bait Sheepgodx to come a little bit closer to him so he doesn't have to commit too well. Maybe waiting for a ROP as well to his beautiful, absolutely stunning ROPs. Roll mid-air, the classic bug of World of
There's
Warcraft.
that ROP again that I like so much, man. I can't get over it, okay? The way he uses Ring of Peace, like, I need to put that in my arsenal. The way he uses it is so impressive. I've landed a few of those in Arena when you're playing Mistweaver. There's a huge sweep, though. Fist of Fury, big damage. Touch of Death being forced, and there's the block for Touch of Death. So you have to understand, like, if you're watching at home, I don't know where our IQ's at, but they're trading CDs perfectly, right? Karma for Arcane Power, block for Touch of Death. But block is a 4-minute CD, and Touch of Death is a 2-minute CD, so they're playing them out perfectly, right? But I feel like if Venruki can get that Touch of Death off one more time, and he can land a go, Sheepgodx doesn't have Trinket, but he might take enough damage. There's a Karma being used now for Arcane Power. So once again, they're trading CDs out perfectly. So when you say dampening in chat, I get you, whatever. You know, it's like... But when you actually pay attention, the reason why it lasts so long is they're playing perfect. They're trading out CDs for CDs, and that's why games take a long time, because they don't misplay. They don't randomly use CDs for CDs. They plan them out, and when you play perfect, you live a lot longer, and that's what you're seeing right here.
Venruki really trying to do a lot of damage to Sheepgodx, though. Really trying to finish out the match. No block. Really doing a lot of damage with this Zin, though. Full Fist of Fury cast. He might be able to just end it right here.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, Venruki taking it home. A big win for him. Sheepgodx goes down. Well played by both contenders, though. Absolutely fantastic content. I can't wait for the next one.
I really want to give it up to Sheepgodx, though, right? The guy, if you're a Sheepgodx fan, if you're a Sheepgodx friend, a family member, you know what I mean? Your mom's watching in the chat.
Yeah.
You have to say, though, like, he did super well for somebody who we
100%.
asked Sheepgodx to join the tournament an hour ago. I mean, maybe 2 hours ago now. So the guy knew an hour ago that he was going to compete. So for somebody to come on an hour's notice, you need to give some, maybe some hyper claps in the chat, some pog chams.
Yeah, any poggers for our boy Sheepgodx.
The guy came in on an hour's notice and took it to Venruki and did an excellent job. This is Venruki's map. He got the map selection. I think he did a great job.
I mean, he really did. I honestly, Sheepgodx, very honorable, absolutely beautiful contender. I think the fact that he was able to come so last minute really shows how much of a genuine human being he is. If you see him in WoW, maybe give him a couple gold. Maybe.